Dear friends of Multireflexology, Dien Chan here. I'm going to show you how to use this first chapter of Faceasit, the Dien Chan application. So when you open the app, you arrive here on this screen where you have a human representation of the body. You can change it if you want from the settings and choose a lady if you prefer. You can also dress her, but I'm not a very good designer, so better naked. So if you choose, for example, imagine you want to treat a pain in the shoulders, you just have to select the part where the symptom, the complaint is located, and then choose, for example, the shoulder. You see that immediately the application is looking into all the knowledge and finding the reflex zone you could work on. And so you can precise a bit more with the symptoms that is more appropriated. Just let's say it's a pain or a muscle tension. Okay, so we choose muscle tension. Immediately the application is showing you the zones and also proposing two tools that could be very practical to treat this type of issue. If we press on the square, we can see it full screen. We can also have some pointers and help to use better the tools that are proposed. And then also in higher versions, you can press this button to have all the points that could be involved in this type of problem. So you can see here, for example, that we have many points and some are written in red because we consider them as more important. So you can start by testing those points. So you don't necessarily have to do all the points, but you have to test some of them and keep the most sensitive, the most tender one. Like this, you are in fact building a proper formula adapted to the patient. But you need to know why this point is more painful than another. For example, let's check this 34 to see an example. You see that this point is very implicated in two shoulder tensions. And here you have the list of all the parts of the body that this point has an effect on, and also all the disorders or issue or complaints that could be involved. You see that this 34 point is very important. It has a long list. If we take another one, more smaller, for example, this one, we can see that the gallbladder meridian is connected with this point. In fact, it's interesting because the gallbladder meridian is also going through the shoulders, so it might be this pain provoked by blockage on this meridian. And you see that you have also links to fingers, to shoulders, and many type of disorder like also headache, asthma. So when you check the index card of a point, you can understand better. If we go down here, you will see that other points are also in red. And here, for example, we have a point for the stomach. That is also very interesting because the stomach is also going to help us to relax and treat the muscle tensions, okay? And this is what is our problem. And also the spleen, because when you have cramps or tensions or not a good blood, not a good oxygenation of the blood, could be very interesting to stimulate the energy of the spleen. Those are very important points. So like this, you test with a detector, or you can also be guided by those points, transform into reflex zone to use the tool. If we press on the tool, we have much more information about the tool. You have also here the way to use it and a technical sheet. And if you want to see the gesture, to see how the tool is used on the face, and you never damage the skin with multi-reflex tools. It's always very gentle because it's much more effective to be gentle but with yang or yin effects than to aggress or damage the skin, because you will only provoke an inflammation and nothing else. Okay, so here you have a video to show to see how to use the tool, and also when you are connected you can access the page on internet. Here the descriptions and the text are coming out into Spanish because my iPad is a Spanish iPad, but it will be in your language. You see how you can have information on the second tool. So this tool is going to be very also useful on the body, because we always combine body and facial stimulation in Dien Chan. All right, so let's come back. So we'll have to our formula. We can transform it into zones, and also if I come back here, we can change and say, well, maybe it's more a lack of elasticity, in fact, or a problem in the movement in the shoulder. And like this, when I press onto an anatomy, a part of the body, I can go down. So for example, in the arm, when we have two, you see that here it's divided into 4 zones, and here only 1. So you could go like this and go down and down and down until the fingers, okay, because you have the wrist, the hand, and all the fingers. So this is to show you that when something is inside, you just have to press, for example, on the abdomen, and you see that you can reach the organs that are inside, like the liver. And always Faceasit is calculating all the reflex zones, taking from the diagrams of reflection, and then when you choose a specific symptom, it will also increase and combine with other zones that are very useful to rebalance. So when we press here, we'll have all the points, and then with your 2 fingers you can zoom and press on each point to learn, to know more, to be able to ask questions, because each index card is also going to give you ideas. When you are looking for something that is not exactly located into one of those parts of the body, so you can press this green button where you will access all the systems. Here you see, for example, like the skin or the endocrine system, the muscular system in general, the sense, the skin, the urinary system. When you are looking more for a general state, you have to use this blue button, and you will find general state, like for example menopause, which is not a disease at all, but that has some little inconvenience. Sorry. And we can press, and automatically Faceasit is going to propose you very good tools adapted to this type of inconvenience, right? When you have the highest version, you can also access all the equivalences that we have between facial reflexology and Dien Chan. So for example, if you know that the meridian of spleen is involved in what you are treating, you can check on the meridian and have the zones, facial zones, where from to reach the energy of the spleen, the meridian of the spleen, right? And everything that is more emotional and into the brain will be in this red button, and you will have emotions, mental, cranial nerves, okay, many information. So for this section, which is called evaluation, you can choose your anatomy, choose the symptom, have information about the tool. We will see in other videos this section to study the diagrams. We will see also in this section how to study the points precisely and to see what diagrams are connected to each point. And here in this section you can choose easily the perfect tool to treat the part of the body. Imagine you have an issue in the hand and you want to start locally. You see that the application is proposing you tools that are very adapted to the hand. All right, so and from the beginning you have many sections. From the settings, you will be able to put your logo, your name, change the sex of the application, and also access to the manual. All right, and from here you will have access to the news. Pressing here, you can access the news and the next trainings, etc. All right. Thank you for watching, and we continue on another video.